Hey there and welcome. This is Vince of vinceprep.com. Stanford GSB alumni interviews is one of my two favorite interviews to prepare people for, and this is no offense to Columbia, Wharton, MIT, Chicago, London, INSEAD, and on, Berkeley. I always enjoy interview training because it's where I feel I'm at my very best. Ethically, it's where I'm sure you can't put me in your pocket. It's where I know for a very fact that I'm really actually building your skills, because it's pure. I'm coaching you. So interviewing. I think I'm not alone in this. Lots of admissions consultants would agree with me that we just love doing interview training because it's also very social, and most of us are sort of people. Harvard interviews and Stanford interviews, as you know, are incredibly different in all kinds of ways. One of the main differences is that the Stanford interview is with alumni, and it's blind. They only have your resume. Another big difference is that the Stanford interviewer is only going to ask you behavioral questions. The model, as I understand it these days, is basically roughly 30 minutes of behavioral questions. Usually that's going to be roughly 3 or maybe 4 stories. And then 30 minutes or up to 30 minutes of Q&A where you get to ask them questions. With Harvard, the entire thing is 30 minutes and there's really no chance for you to ask them questions because they, for various reasons, I think mostly for the sake of fairness and transparency, it's just not, the interview is their chance to test your ability to thrive in the case method classroom, and you asking them questions is not part of the model. It's not the information that they don't need to know, are you good at asking questions? They need to know that you can handle and anything that you can handle anything they throw at you, and they can dig and jump as they like and ask you 30 or 40 questions in 30 minutes, kind of rapid fire, slowing down when they want, speeding up when they want, and being in a very unpredictable, super fast-paced, unpredictable type of interview situation, which is modeling to the extent they can the case class. For Stanford, it's all about you. So they match you with alumni who hopefully, if possible, share your background to some extent. Sometimes it's apple to apple. I've had clients interviewed by people who used to work at their company, so if possible, same industry, same sector, of course, same location, whenever possible. So the Q&A with Stanford is it's very different. It's different from Harvard because Harvard doesn't have it, but it's not radically different from a Q&A session where you're asking your Michigan Ross is not a good example. They changed their interview model, but Berkeley, you're asking your Berkeley alumni interviewer, your Columbia alumni interviewer, your INSEAD, your London alumni interviewer about her experience. So my title of this video, to catch your attention, is Stanford, and I am kind of making it Stanford specific. But just so you know, this can also apply to Kellogg. So 3 buckets, if you will, for alumni interviewers in general. First of all, the first bucket, ask about their experience at GSB. Second bucket, ask about their professional career since GSB. And finally, ask about their involvement with the alumni community. That's the third bucket. So this is sort of like 3 general buckets or categories of questions for you to ask an alumni interviewer. And I've customized it a bit for Stanford, but again, I think you could use this for other schools as well. Let me just sort of fix my formatting here because I sort of care about that stuff. So let me go through this in a little more detail. I'm going to, as usual, try to make a series of playlists so that I can talk for a couple minutes without boring you too much about each of these 3 buckets. As always, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribers are the first to know when I made new videos. I love making these videos every chance I get. That's all for now. Best of luck with your applications and with your interviews for Stanford or any school. Thanks again. Stay tuned. More soon. Bye for now.